Hey guys, this is Shkote again, putting up another video here. Finally decided to do lots of videos, so I've got a bunch up. Hopefully this one doesn't have the sound problems. There seems to be a problem right now with my sound lagging behind the video. Anyways, this is my casual shooter's review of the Para Ordnance 1911 LTC. Bought this gun 2 years ago. It's actually one of my first pistols that I've ever owned. Shoots 45 ACP, and as you can see, it is a 1911 as described by the name. Barrel length is only 4.2 inches. That's actually only the minimum that you're allowed in Canada. Anything shorter than that is known as prohibited, and getting the license for those is just not possible unless you have some very, very specialized licensing or whether you're grandfathered in. But so far, I'm actually happy with this one just the way it is. Bought this for just under $900 at the time. Very, very lightly used, almost not used at all according to what the armorer said. Hopefully he's telling the truth. But this is a 8-shot magazine that goes with it. You can tell by the little plastic base. And this one fits one in the pipe. So that's a 9-shot pistol that you have there. So far, function wise, it has been perfect. I haven't had a single jam once with it. Any failures to fire, any failures to eject, what have you. Mind you, I'm not a technical expert. I'm only a casual sports shooter. It's all I ever want to be, just one of those fellows who goes to the range and punch paper. With a fun pistol, and this happens to be an extremely fun pistol. And I've put about 1,500 rounds through this thing so far. I've saved about half my brass, but 1,500 rounds and never a single issue. Looking at some of the design of this, you can see it has a nice long thumb safety here. Most usually end about there. This one goes all the way out there. Has a nice wide long beaver tail in it. The thumb or the grip safety is quite pronounced. You cannot miss depressing it. You got the slide release right here and a nice little skeletonized hammer, skeletonized trigger right there. So, and one of the neat functions of this one, I think most of the Para pistols have this, I'm not sure, but is the guide rod. With most 1911s, you don't see that kind of thing very much. As this was my first pistol and I got quite used to shooting it, I tend to prefer them. I don't know of any technical reasons for or against the guide rod, but when I try shooting 45s that don't have the guide rod, I can't shoot them worth a damn. Even the full-length GIs with the 5-6 inch slides and barrels, I'm terrible at. So there seems to be something in the feel, maybe of the little extra weight that the guide rod gives me, where I am much more accurate with it. So in my opinion anyway, the guide rod, which is this thing in case you're wondering, right there, to me at least assists the accuracy with a little bit of extra weight. That could be a completely fallacious thing and just based on, like I said, just the feel, I don't know. But in my case I tend to prefer 45s with guide rods. You'll find with you know, the shooters out there like Hickok 45 or gunblast.com or Nut and Fancy and others that they tend to be one way or the other about it, and it seems to me anyways most people feel that the guide rod is more of a problem than not. In my case I don't really see it as too much of a problem. It makes disassembly only a minor bit harder than it would be without it. I probably would spend roughly 5 more seconds on disassembly, maybe 10 seconds disassembling this than I would a 45 that doesn't have the guide rod with it. But yeah, so far I'm extremely happy. Got no problems with it for function. The form is very nice, and before we handle it we'll do the safety check. As you can see, hopefully in here, it's very dark, no pistol round in the chamber. Magwell is empty, and there's nothing in the barrel. So we're going to drop that, pop up the safety. So you can see the sights. I absolutely love these sights. As long as I've got these 3 dots on the target, I will not miss. And even with this short barrel, I tend to be able to be very accurate with this pistol and not have any problems finding the target. I don't think well, unless I get a lot more practice, I won't be up to the standards of a Hickok 45. That guy can shoot an 80-yard target with barrels that are 2 inches long. And that goes to show you that barrel length has a lot less to do with accuracy than we think. It's all about the form and all about how you shoot. So, but the only problem I tend to really have with this most excellent pistol is the finish. Para, as far as I know, is the only one that tends to have this sort of paint to the pistol. A lot of other places will enamel it, will blue their guns. They have a type of painting procedure that they do for their pistols, and then they stick it in a box that is definitely not good for storing guns. So as you can see a lot of scarring and marking along there, and up here along the slide. And this isn't due to wear and tear, being dropped or mishandled. That's due to being stored in the box. Now when you buy a Para Ordnance pistol, they give you a blue bag that the pistol is contained in. I would suggest not losing it. I lost mine right away and started noticing it after, so I guess eventually I'm going to have to send it back to get it refinished. But aside from that, I'd recommend this to anybody. It's a good buy. Great buy, actually. I can't speak for too much for the GI model or the others. I've only shot them a few times. I didn't like them too much. I tend to like this one a lot, but that's probably because it's my first pistol, I guess you could say. So, and I hope by the time I get to be old and gray, I can donate it to my kids or grandkids. Anyways, I hope the video turns out okay. And if you guys have any questions or concerns, like I said, this is an absolutely perfect pistol. All I can do is provide a casual review of it, since I'm not technically proficient about, bullet weight grain or composition of metals or some such thing. But if you have any questions, please ask and I'll be glad to answer. So I don't see very many reviews about this pistol at all, and I'll try to get some shooting videos up for you guys at some point. Anyways, have a good day. Bye.